Hi Sarah, it's nice to see you again.
So good to see you too.
So we saw you in Berlin at the C2C festival. It was just a few weeks ago. After that, we saw you in London. Tell me, how do you like Germany? Did you know that there's such a big country music community?
It's funny. Over the last several years, I've had so many fans ask me to come to Germany. It's been years now that people have saying, please add that to your list while you're in the UK. And Berlin was my first introduction, and I was blown away by the Germany fan. I think Germans are very sweet and very. Everyone is listening to the lyrics, and honestly, on this tour that I'm on currently, I'm on tour with Jamie Lawson. Germany's been my favorite. We've had 6 dates, but the German dates are actually my favorite.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
So you're on tour a lot, and so we can see this on Instagram. You're always around. You're everywhere. What are you doing to calm down when you're at home? How do you stay clear and relaxed?
It's a very good question. I think having downtime, having decompression time is really important because I found I went on a headline tour last month, and when I got home, it was quite difficult to kind of come off the tour. Even when I was back in Nashville, I was still on tour in my mind. But for me, I am big on hikes outdoors. I love going outside and walking and traveling outside of doing music. I like going places with my husband. But I also like to cook. So cooking is very therapeutic for me, just to, mess up the kitchen, and disaster zone it with, baking or anything. I just love to cook, but that's quite therapeutic for me.
So you're here with Jamie Lawson tonight.
I am.
Can we hope for a headlining tour in Germany?
By me coming out on this tour, it was incredible that I did Berlin, country to country, and then got asked to open these shows because, I definitely want to make this part of my headline tour the next time I do. When the album comes out, it's technically not out yet, so June 7th, Wonderland comes out, and I know that I will be touring the album, but Germany will always be part of my list. I just love it so much.
Yeah, we hope so. So, you were born in Iowa.
I was born in Iowa, yes.
Then you moved to Nashville.
Yes.
And then you found your love. You told this before.
I did.
And you got to the UK. How do you manage this? Do you live half part in Nashville or do you both live in the UK? Because your album was produced in the UK too.
Yes,
Is it more now UK home base or?
It's funny. It's become half and half now. Our story is kind of fascinating. I've moved. I've lived in Nashville for 15 years now. I met James in the UK, my husband, and it was while I was on a trip, and I met him, and we kept in touch, and he has now moved to Nashville. We're married. We just celebrated our 6-year anniversary this week while I've been on tour.
Congratulations!
Thank you. And he loves Nashville. I don't think he would ever leave Nashville, but the one thing as a musician that I wanted to push myself, because I've been in Nashville so long, and it's stale is not the right word, but you just want to continue to push boundaries.
Yeah.
It's more of a self thing. You just want to, that you're trying new things, and that's always been a big part of my personality, is this adventurous spirit, of traveling and going to see things and letting that become part of the music. So by me coming to the UK, it's now felt like home away from home, but it's also made me want to do that again somewhere else in the world.
Okay.
So, yeah. So to answer your question, I'm kind of home in the world at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you already have released 5 studio albums and 2 EPs. Wonderland is coming out, you said, on
June 7th.
June 7th. And there's already released Call Me.
Yes.
Diamonds. And
Fire.
Can you tell us something about Fire? The story behind the song.
Yes, Fire is a very personal song to me. The challenges of writing in a new place. You're experiencing new things and feeling new things, and Fire was really written about that idea that I was really tired one day, and just realized that this is my dream. I love what I do, and I'm no matter what, I'm gonna keep chasing this. And so it's really that idea that we all have a fire inside of us pushing us towards a goal. And it's not about the money or the fame or the fortune. It's just really about that light that you're trying to shine for other people. And that's where that song came from. It was a day that I was really tired, and
It's a great song.
I wrote it.
I saw it on the Women's Day. You
Yes.
dedicated it to all the
Yes.
fighting women.
Yes.
It was nice.
And it does. It reminds me of so many of my friends. You know, I've so many female friends and male friends. You know, all trying to make it in the music industry. And it's a challenge. You know, but it's just like anything else. I wouldn't trade it for anything. You know, I love the gift I've been given, and I love, you know, getting on the tour bus and not sleeping. Sometimes it's worth it.
So, is there a song on Wonderland? What's your personally favorite?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have a couple favorites at the moment. One is called Shine. It's growing on me a lot, and it just has such an amazing feel to it. I like the feel of it. I like singing it live. I'm gonna sing it live tonight, but probably my second favorite is Fire. I love Fire. I think it's a very special song. It really connects to people, and you know, at the end of the night, as I've been in Germany, people have come up to me and actually mentioned that song and said that it touched their heart. So that's kind of my goal in life, is to be able to do that.
Did you wrote all the songs by yourself, or did you have co-writers?
I had a lot of co-writers, so most of the songs were written all over the place with co-writers. Sometimes just me and another person, and sometimes a trio of people. So it's a labor of love.
And are you also writing for other artists?
I do. You know, I'm always writing. So when I get back to Nashville next week, I'm writing a few times already. And you were asking me about decompressing. That's actually quite therapeutic for me to write when I get home. But yeah, and if an artist says, hey, this is my story, this is my life, then I'm always about handing over a song.
Is there someone you love writing most with?
Ooh. I have a really good friend. I like writing with a guy named Michael Logan and Jen Bostic in town. They're two of my really good friends. They're just best friends. We've been on tour together. They know me. But it's really fun to write with people that you're really close with, because you can just say it. But we wrote a song on my album called A Little Bit of Rain that I really like so much. But we always write great songs together.
Okay, so do you have a favorite song from all of your songs?
Yes, I do. I love Where Cowboys Ride. That's honestly, it's just one of those songs that it stayed with me. It's just stayed with me over the test of time. I think sometimes you write something that becomes part of your identity, and I feel like Where Cowboys Ride is part of me. You know, it's about a landscape, and it's transportive, and it's all the things that I want, you know, people to feel when they hear my music.
What are your personal heroes?
My personal heroes. My grandfather, he's passed away now, but he was a personal hero. He was just he was a really good man. He was a hardworking man, Midwestern, but he did anything for anyone, and I always look at him as a hero, because he just always went out of his way to make people feel amazing. I would also say, you know, my husband, I mean, he's quite brave for moving to...
Is he a musician too?
He's not, actually, but, you know, it's kind of fun. He designs all my artwork. He's branding, so we kind of, it's like in the family a little bit.
Okay.
Fun fact, but... no, he's just brave for moving to America and, you know, trying something new. So I would say those two are my personal heroes.
Okay, that's nice. So, you had your opera debut in 2011. How was that for you, and how was it that Brett Paisley said, come on stage with me and sing my song? Is this, because since that time you was a lot of time at the Opry, is it every time exciting, or is it then is it coming normal?
Every time I play the Opry, it's exciting and nerve-wracking. It never gets normal, if that makes sense. I did debut in 2011, and for me, when I was growing up, my grandpa got me introduced to country music when I was really young, and he used to tell me, he's like, you've made it when you get asked to play the Opry. So that debut, Vince Gill introduced me, and my grandpa was in the audience, and it was just a special experience, and I remember so much about that evening, but now I'm at 96 times, which is crazy. And it's still amazing every time. It's like a big giant family.
That sounds so nice. So, in addition to your beautiful voice, you also got your very own style.
Oh, thank you. It is very interesting.
I think it's really British style, because you always look so clean and handsome.
Thank you.
Do you got a favorite designer?
I do. So, my favorite designer, I found this brand called Sister Jane.
Okay.
And they are in London on Portobello Road, and they hand make all their clothes, so it's not a big, giant company. There's probably only a few people have an airplane dress, but it's just kind of 60s feeling, but whimsical, which it kind of reminds me of me. It's just part of my style. But when you see something like that, you're like, oh, that's me.
Yes.
And I'm sure you feel the same way. You just know, like, this is exactly who I am.
Yeah. Okay, so we got one last question.
Okay.
One big question. Will we see you at the CMA? That's
a really good question. I will be in town for the CMAs, and I'm hoping to be playing the Opry. We're kind of putting together some stuff right now, because actually my album releases during CMA that weekend. So.
Okay, cool. So then you will see her again.
Yes. I'll see you then.
Okay, that was all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We can't wait to see you on stage.
Enjoy the show tonight. You're gonna love Jamie as well. He's got a beautiful voice. So we just recorded a version of Time After Time outside. I'm gonna post it on Instagram here in a second. So
I said to her 10 minutes ago, maybe she's doing something with him.
Yes. So we're not gonna do it on stage, but you'll see it on social media. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
cool. Thank you.